This is CIO Insight on the Pulse Network. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Tyler Pivot alongside Eric Lundquist of Ziff Davis Enterprise. And now we're going to be talking about a provisional follow. Eric and I were kind of joking a few moments ago that it's kind of similar to a social media prenup in a sense.
Right.
That's the way it's actually working, Eric. So
I think Cameron's, it's a good idea, but I think we need Cameron to explain to us what he thinks.
Kind of take it one step further. So go ahead. We're going to welcome in Karen Sertivant, Technical Director over at eWeek Labs. Karen, welcome into the show. How's it going?
Tyler, Eric, always good to be with you guys.
Well, it's just
So,
a provisional, yeah, it's a provisional hello, Cameron. It's a great idea. Could you explain to us what it is?
Sure. Basically, it's a way to say that I want to try out a social relationship before I make it permanent. And it came to me as I was thinking about either unfollowing some people or on Facebook or on Twitter, trying to clean up some of my lists. And it really, I emotionally struggle with that because most of the people that I follow are actually real people. And when you unfollow, there is a little bit of you're saying to them you don't want to follow them anymore.
That's right.
So I want something that's a little less dramatic. I want to use it in three ways. First, I want to do it as a test follow. Sometimes I follow people on Twitter or on Facebook because I see something interesting, and I want to follow them. But then after I make the connection, I find out that what they did was a one-off, and they're kind of a one-hit wonder, and I'm really not that interested in what else they have to say. And so I'd prefer to, instead of having to go through the process of unfollowing or unfriending, I'd rather have signed up as a provisional follow and say maybe 2 or 3 weeks after I follow somebody provisionally, I'm going to get a choice box that says make this a permanent follow, continue provisionally, or just let it die of its own natural causes.
And when it dies, would the person get a notification, or is it just like,
See, I prefer that they not be notified. I prefer that they know it's a provisional follow, and I think when that's enough up front to know that it's a provisional follow, there's no reason to go out of our way for the social media folks to go out of their way to make sure somebody knows I didn't renew their provisional.
Going back to the conversation we just had a few minutes ago with Jason Brooks about Google Plus, what they're doing with businesses. What's basically happening right now is that the real people out there can't be followed by a business until they follow them. So, I can't be followed by, say McDonald's unless I follow them, which I probably will be following them soon. I'm hungry. But, that's the way that's working. Is this almost that same point?
In a way, it is actually bringing back a social contract, understanding that there are two sides to this relationship, and each side is getting something from the other one. In this case, what I'm trying to help make real is the idea that in social media platforms today, every relationship is treated one way. It's a permanent lifetime commitment.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to say is that isn't actually always the case. That I don't want every single social connection to be a now and forever. We will be married for now until till death do us part. I think there's a lot more richness. There's much more richness in the kind of relationships that we can have online in a social media platform, and the assumption that we always want it to be permanent, while I understand that from a marketing point of view, I don't agree with it from an actual how I want to use the service point of view.